today. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Let's make these babies cry.
They run with Edwards. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Oh, Watt shaken up. J.J. still down here following that last play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On 2nd and 7. Jackson on the move to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Rolling to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. On 1st down, Dobbins. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football out of the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Steps away. Pushes him aside at the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Baltimore touchdown. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Back to throw. Jackson eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the first down.
They'll go back to Edwards on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the bootleg. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike.
On the handoff, Edwards. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And we're going to have a break in the action. As you can see, Mark Andrews is yet to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Check pass. Check pass. My game. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
They'll run here with Edwards. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Patrick Ricard, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens will add on. So the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. If they're going to take it in for another touchdown like they did on their last drive, they're going to have to do it the hard way, starting at the 1.
And boy, is that a difficult position. Obviously, where they are on the field, they have to be careful with the football. But at the same time, they can't be so careful that they can't run their offense as well. Everyone's got to lock in this situation. No mistakes.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Jackson back into his end zone, out to his left. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter.
because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. So it's on to halftime in this AFC. Halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll run here with Dobbins. Powers through. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And he'll take it into the end zone. J.K. Dobbins saving his best for the playoffs with his third. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Jackson flushed out right. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the move to his left. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Still down quite a bit here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Now Jackson to throw on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Brown. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Let's go, D.
Throwing now. Jackson on first down. Rolling to his left. Open man is Waddle, complete. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Steps away. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get...
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now first downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Patriots. Then his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
That one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, Dobbins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Boy, 199 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Deshaun Elliott up to make the play defensively. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Come on, man. Set the tone. You better do something.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Come on. 45.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it.
Silver.
Out to his left. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jackson, forced out to his left. He's got it. And in for the win. Jalen Waddle, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are drawing closer to a... So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. Toward the sideline. Dragging the toes. And that's going to be a first down. Well done. So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Patriots come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians. It's now officially over. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.